Hi, fiber friends. It's Ginger from In Sheep's Clothing Yarn Shop here in Torrington, Connecticut, and I welcome you to another one of my shopcasts. Today is a very exciting episode because we are celebrating Noro Fall 27 with the trunk show. I have all the garments that are featured in the Noro 27, and I am so excited to go through it. I have to say, I think this is my favorite trunk show ever, and I think I've been doing this about 6 years, so 12 seasons, and I just love all the garments. I think the magazine is just great. There's so many really wonderful designs in here, so I hope that you are as excited about it as I am. So we're going to go through the magazine page by page, so I hope you have yours, and we'll go garment by garment and yarn by yarn, and I'll give you all the information that you need so that you can make a good decision if there's anything in here that you would like to knit for the season. Okay, so we will start with, there's two new yarns, and one of them is the first garment that I will be showing you, and that is, fell down the box, is this. It's called, it's called Autumn Rivers, and it's this cowl. It takes one ball of tension, and tension is a 68% silk, 32% wool, and it's a worsted weight yarn. This is a 150-gram ball, and it's worked up on a size 7 to 8 needle, and so you get a lot of bang for your buck here. So one ball will make this beautiful cowl, and this is done in a simple seed stitch, and it's super soft, and it's just a nice easy piece to wear. And actually what I'm even going to do is I'm going to try it on, and if I don't get too hot while I'm working on this trunk show, I will leave it on for as long as I can. But isn't that pretty? Such a pretty color too. This is definitely my color. Okay, so this is the Autumn Rivers. And then our next one, they always throw in a nice easy project for beginners, and this is exactly that one. It's called Easy Essential, and it is a square that is done with seed stitch. Let's see if you can see it nice and close. So seed stitch and stockinette, has a nice little border going around on the outside and then right along on the inside. And what it's meant to do is you fold it in half. Oh, I guess I can't keep this on. All right, we'll take this off. And then what you do is you wear it like that. You can also knot it. I'll show the model wearing it. So there we go. And then you can wear it like this, knotted. Now this is also done with 3 skeins of Silk Garden and Silk Garden sock. I knew I was going to do exactly that. And it's a beautiful multicolored sport weight yarn, and this is, I love Silk Garden sock. This is 40% wool, 25% silk, 25% polyamide, and 10% mohair. I always love it when they throw a little mohair in there too. Anyway, it's just absolutely a beautiful color. And so it takes 3 skeins. Oh, this is actually the Silk Garden multicolored. This is done in the solo. Sorry, forgot about that. This is done in the solo. They have a couple different versions of the Silk Garden sock. But so nice and simple, nice easy project for a beginner or somebody that just wants some mindless knitting. Nice and easy. Oh, have something to drink here. So I hope that you're all doing well today. Let's see. Now, our next one is, they did a number of vests in this issue. And this one is called Sky. And this is done in Ito. And here it is. It's a really cute, simple little vest. Very interesting texture. It's just a rib with slip stitches. But just very easy shaping. And just letting Ito be its beautiful Ito self. Now, for those of you that may not know, Ito is what they call this big giant dragon egg. 200 grams, 100% wool, has tons of yardage, 440 yards, and this is going to be knit up on a 7 and 8 needle. And this has become a real Noro workhorse. Just gorgeous, gorgeous colors. Unlike Let's see if I have some, here we go, some Curion. Now, Curion is probably Noro's most famous yarn. So this has less colors but longer color runs. Ito has tons more colors and shorter color runs, so you get some striping, but then you get so much multicolor going on. But it's just such a fabulous yarn, and it for 100% wool, it feels really, really nice. So let me just see. So Sky, I'm going to give you all of the facts about the yarn, about the sizes. So it goes extra small up to 2X. This happens to be shown in a size small, and it's going to take between 2 to 3 balls of Ito to make this. Take this off the hanger here. Oh, and also I have been forgetting for like the past month to let you know, these projects are all up on the website. I will have them in the notes below. And I can't believe I keep forgetting to tell you this. There is a code. It's Noro Fall 27, and it's for 10% off. So you apply that code for anything that is on the Noro Fall page, Noro Fall 27 page, and you'll get your 10% off. If you have any issues at all with the website or ordering, or you're confused, give me a call. I'm happy to help. This special will be going on through the end of the month. Okay, so let's see. Okay, our next vest. Oh, did I show you here? I have to try to remember to do this. So this is on the model. And then our next vest is done in Hanui silk, which is one of my favorites. It's so soft and it's just lovely. So here's the vest. And I love the stitching, the beautiful little pattern that you've got going here. And look at this little detail for the very, very shallow little V-neck. And also, this is a very interesting detail that they did. They did short rows on the armholes. So see, you have it narrowed down here at the bottom and then a little bit wider up the top to kind of create a little cap on your sleeve. So I think that's very cute. This is called Alva, and this goes sizes small to 2X. This is shown again in the size small. Measurements on this will be 34 to 53.5, and it's going to take 2 to 4 skeins of Hanui silk. And let me show you what Hanui silk looks like. Comes in a skein like this, and it is 150 grams. There are about 360 yards in here, and you're going to be working on a size 7 to 8 needle, but it's just, oh, and the blend on here, let me let you know that 68% wool, 35% silk, and the silk the Hanui wool is very, very soft and very, very cozy and nice to feel, but you add that little bit of, not a little bit, 35% silk to it, and it really is gorgeous. It's gorgeous to work with and just gorgeous next to your skin. So this is very nice. These Hanui silk all comes in natural sheep colors. Okay, so let's see. And this is shown in color number 121. All right, our next one is called Aberdeen, and again, another little vest. And here we go. Really cute little stripy, very, very simple shaping, cute little pockets in the front here, which you know, if you don't care for pockets, you could always skip those and just have a plain vest. They kept this shaping very simple. They did just a simple little row of single crochet along the edge of the sleeves. Nice deep ribbing, nice and wide, and then a nice wide ribbing at the bottom. Simple shape. This is shown in size small, and it goes from extra small up to 2X. Measurements are 37 to 56, and you're going to be using 2 to 3 skeins of Noro's Seyun, which was new for fall last year. And I actually love the Seyun. Let me find it here to show you. Beautiful, beautiful colors. As a matter of fact, if you can see that over there in the corner of the shawl that's on the mannequin. That is Seiyun, done in this gorgeous color. And Seiyun is a 70 wool, 30 polyamide blend, 150 grams. There are, let's see, 500 yards, 455 yards on here, and you're using a size, where's our US, 5 to 8 needle on here. I have worked with this and I like it very much. It's very pleasant to work with, and the colors are just exquisite. Okay, and this is a DK weight. Although I'll tell you, when you knit with Noro yarns, you need to, and I've been doing this more and more, when you do your gauge swatches, you really need to wash them as well, because Noro yarns are singles, when you wash them, they tend to really bloom. So you may be deceived by the gauge that you're looking at versus the gauge once you wash it. So take that into consideration when you are making a project. Okay, so that was Aberdeen. And our next one is called Perth. This is a really sweet vest. Here we go. This has very, very deep armholes that are ribbed, and nice deep ribbing at the bottom, and it just very simple shape, kind of like a tabard, but it's closed up at the sides. And this is shown in a size medium. Sizes go small to 2X, measurements 38 to 54, and this is knit in Ratau color 1, and it's going to take 2 to 4 skein balls of the Ratau. Now the Ratau is it came out with the Seiyun, and this is a worsted weight. This is definitely a much plumper, fluffier yarn. This is 150 grams as well, 360 yards, 70 wool, 10% silk, and that 10% mohair that gives you that little bit of a halo. The silk is at that softness. This is just really a pleasant yarn to knit with. You're using a 7 to 8 needle on this as well. This one tends to have softer colors as opposed to the Seiyun, which has more brilliant colors. Okay, so that one was, I already forgot the name of it, Perth. Okay, and then our next vest is called Ire, and it's very simple. This is also again done in the Tencin, and they did a lot of reverse stockinette, I noticed, in this issue. So this is reverse stockinette, so you're seeing the pearl on the outside. What I love about this very simple shape, it's really truly just 2 rectangles together, but what they did was the designer did ribbing along the edge. So it started down here and got wider and wider, which gives it some interest, and also just a touch of shaping at the armhole, at the sleeve. And I think that's really, really nice. Now, another thing that you can do with this, if reverse stockinette, you know, maybe you don't like the textured look of the reverse stockinette, you could certainly use, reverse it and do the stockinette, have the knit side on the outside, which does look really nice. And I've had a few people that said they prefer that look. So that is always an option if you want to do that with this really simple shape. Okay, and then our next one is a big cozy coat, and it is called Sunday Morning, and this is a very interesting design. Now this is knit in Silk Garden and Silk Garden Solo together, so you're doing 2 strands together. So, and these actually are the colors. So there's your Silk Garden, and then here's your Solo that you're putting together. So it does make for a very a heavyweight coat. Put those over there. And what they did with this is very interesting. So you've got the reverse stockinette sleeves. You've got lots of ribbing going on. You have ribbing in the back. You can see that. And then what this really is, and then you have a nice ribbing along the front, which makes it not roll. But if you're familiar with ruanas, which are generally woven, this is basically a big knitted ruana. made into a coat with sleeves. Because what they did was, let's see if I can show you. You have one big rectangle. Actually, I can show you the schematic, and that really shows you much better. All right, this is number 6. Quick show you a peek at that, because it's just one long rectangle, and then what they do is they make a slit up the front. So, and I'm sure you're familiar with that. You've seen that with lots of wraps, have that shape, like right here, just so you can get the idea. See how it's slit up the front? So that's the shaping for this, and I think it's wonderful. And it's really, really, I mean, if you wanted to make this a total Rwana, because what they did was they just kind of put sleeves on it to create a coat. But if you just want to make it a Rwana, I just thought of that, you could just leave off the sleeves. Anyway, I think it's super cute. It's very, very cozy, very, very warm. So anyway, that's a really great design. Now this, the Sunday morning takes between 10 to 12 skeins of both the Silk Garden and the Silk Garden Solo. And measurement wise, it goes small to 4X. Now this was shown in a medium, and I did try this on. It's a very generous medium because it fit. I would like to make the sleeves a little bit deeper myself, because I kind of felt, let me show you, and I looked at the schematic, and the sleeves are meant to be small, but I would make like the biggest sleeve on it, because see, it's a very, very shallow, because I know they're expecting the sleeve to be down here, but for such a big jacket, if you're wearing something underneath it, your sleeve is going to get caught, I think, in that armhole. So that's just my 2 cents about that. But you might want to consider making the sleeve a little bit wider at the top. Okay, did I give you all the information? I said small to 4X, finished measurement 48 inches to 72. So very, very accommodating. Oh boy, I'm having a really dry day. Okay, now our next one is Saturday afternoon. And that is, again, another jacket. And here we go. This is done in Madar. Actually, I probably should leave it on the hanger so you get a better idea. And I should show you the picture on the model. That would be helpful. Here was the model for the jacket, the Rwana, the Sunday morning. And then, let's go here. Yeah, I totally forgot to show you the models. I'll go back really fast. There's the better picture of the Rwana that I just showed you, the coat. And then this is the jacket that I'm showing you right now. It has a collar. It has patch pockets. And this is done in Madara, which is a beautiful, beautiful yarn. It's a heavy weight, heavy worsted weight, more like an Aran. Very textured. See how the shawl, it just folds over. Very, very simple shaping. And then has a raglan sleeve. And then you have your patch pockets right here in the front. So this, I'll tell you a little bit about the Madara. I have Madara. Oh, that's the one that I dropped. Let me see if I can scoop it up here. Okay, this is Madara. So these are in skeins. And Madara is a 100-gram skein, 220 yards on here. It feels so great. It's 60% wool, 30% silk, and 10% alpaca, which gives it that nice silkiness that we like in our yarn so much. So it's just a very nice yarn. It's lovely to work with. I do enjoy working with this yarn very, very much. Okay, so this garment goes sizes small to 1X. I showed it to you in a size medium. Measurements are 38 to 46, and this is going to be taking between 8 to 10 skeins of Madara to make. All right, our next one. Okay, our next one is the cover sweater, which has been incredibly popular. Here you go. It's so beautiful. It's just, the colors are amazing. And they are so amazing that I sold out of it twice, went to reorder, and it's on back order right now. So we are patiently waiting for it to come back in stock. So this is the sweater, and there's so many great things about this sweater. And this is knit. I'll take it off the hanger. This is knit from the top down in the round, so no sewing. Look at that nice deep squishy ribbed neckline, raglan sleeve. Just super simple. Just let the yarn, just let Ito do its thing. It's beautiful. It's just gorgeous. Oh, wait a minute. And okay, I didn't mention this here. And we have the really pretty, very simple cables in the front, which just make it so stunning. It's such a pretty sweater. So pretty. So a little shout out to Patricia that has this on order. I had to call her the other day to give her the bad news that we were waiting for more to come in, but she knows Noro, and she says I am happy to wait for it. So anyway, Patricia, this is the sweater, and those are the details about it. Oh, let me give you so anyway, this goes small to 2X. This was shown in a medium, which is a pretty generous medium, and it goes from size 39 to 55, and it's going to take between 3 and 4 balls of Ito. I do have some balls of some other colors, but if you are really dying for this, it'll be worth the wait. It's so beautiful. And don't forget that 10% off. If you order it now, you will get the 10% off. That's kind of my way of kind of giving you a little thank you for being patient and waiting for a lot of these yarns and pre-ordering. Okay, so then our next one is probably one of my favorite sweaters. It is called Helix. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, I jumped ahead. I get these two mixed up for some reason. Helix and Spiral. I don't know why I keep wanting to do this. Okay, so Spiral. Let me just make sure. I don't know why I have a problem with these two pieces. This is Spiral. Okay, this is the one. No, this is not the one I want to talk about. I was right. This is Helix. Oh, don't know what my problem is. But look at that. Look at that pattern. Is that not beautiful with the cables and the seed stitch and the lace pattern? I adore this sweater, and it has the same thing in the back. Now this is done in pieces. It's a raglan, but it is done in pieces. This would work up in no time flat. This is done in Malvinus, which is a 100% wool. And let me find my Malvinus. Oh, it's right here. Now Malvinus, when they first came out with this a year or two ago, very bright, but yeah, definitely two. I shouldn't guess because I'm really bad. Time goes by so fast, and I just can't keep track of it, so I should never guess. But this is Malvinus. This is one of the new colors. Initially, when Malvinus came out, they were very bright, very saturated colors, but this is an amazing color. I have somebody right now that's doing one of the sweaters in the Outtakes magazine. That was a little jacket, a little collar on it. That was done, I believe, in Ito, and she's doing it in this. I think this is amazing color. It's just like this blue, gray, green, and so Malvinus. It's 100% wool. This is a 150-gram ball, 330 yards on here, so good yardage, and you're going to be using the 7 to 8 needle. It does tend to be very kind of thick and thin, but it's an amazing yarn, and it feels really nice. And that is what is used. This is like a really rosy. They did do a really fuchsia color, but this is toned down a little bit with just more of a rose to it. But oh my goodness, it's such a pretty sweater. It's just a beautiful sweater. Let me see now. Helix. So anyway, this is shown in a size small, and it goes small to 2X. measurements are going to be 40.5 up to a 56.5, and it's going to take between 4 to 6 balls of Malvinus to make this. And this is shown in color 23. Yeah, this is probably, I have to say, my favorite sweater. I just love the look of it. It's beautiful. Okay, now the next one that I always get so confused, Spiral. This is the sweet little vest right here. And this is knit in Seyun. And look at those cables. So it's a very simple shape. You know, just very, very simple shape, ribbed all the way around. They did do one of those fold over ribs. They ribbed it and then folded it over and sewed it down, and then you have ribbing on the bottom. But what is so fun about this is the color work. Just let the colors run and then do your cables, and you'll have so much fun with this piece. I think it's so, so pretty. So Spiral is shown in size small, and this goes size small to 1X, 37 to 48 inches, and you're going to be using 2 to 3 skeins of Seyun for this. This happens to be color 1, which I just reordered, and I do have this color in stock. And it feels lovely too. Okay, the next sweater is very, very interesting. Oh, I keep forgetting to show you on the models. So there is the helix. There is the spiral, which I think they really, such a cute way that they styled that with the denim jacket. Let me just go back to, for some of the ones that I did not already show you the models, because I think that's important that you see them. You saw the coil. You saw that. Oh, maybe I did show you everything now. I might not have shown you that particular vest. And then there was this one here, the ire. Okay, so back to business here. All right, so our next one, okay, this is called Link. It's very, very interesting. This is also done in Malvinus, one of the newer colors, so it's not vibrant, but it's super, super simple. And actually, let you see on the model so you can get a feel for what it looks like here. There she is. So what's so interesting about this is, so the sleeves have absolutely no shaping. So this is a great beginner sweater. And it's knit sideways. And the bottom, if you notice this, see it looks like a giant cabling going across. This is Curion. So a multicolored that's knit in, and then they have the twist done. So the twist is done separately here, but the rest of it is knit into the sweater, which is very interesting. And they give you really good, nice pictorial on how to do this. Now, they let the hem on the sleeves roll and on the bottom, but they did an I-cord along the neck. So everything looks like you've got kind of an I-cord thing going. So it's very, very cute. But it's a great simple, and again, reverse stockinette. So nice, easy sweater to make. Now this one, Link that was shown in a size small. Sizes go extra small up to 2X. Your finished measurements on that are going to be 36.5 up to 56.5, and you're going to be using 2 to 3 balls of Malvinus and 2 to 3 balls of Curion for the bottom part. So that's very, very, very different piece. Okay, the next one is another one of my favorites, and this is called Flourish. And this is done in the new Noro yarn Coma. And it's just this real pretty little cardigan. And it has this really pretty cable that goes up along the fronts and around the back neck. And then you've got your ribbing. There's no buttons on this. And then just plain stockinette sleeves. So to me, there's enough interest that it wouldn't be a boring sweater. Plus the striping is not going to be boring at all. Love the cabling, love the ribbing on it. It's just such a pretty sweater. And the fact that there's no buttons. What's not to love about that either? Although if you wanted to, I'm sure you could put buttons on it. Okay, sometimes it's nice. I mean, half the time when I have a cardigan on, I don't button it up. I just leave it. I just leave it open. Okay, now the next sweater is another interesting sweater. There you go. I'm trying to think. What the heck did I have last night that's made? My husband made stew last night. And he likes to put the seasoning in that I know has a ton of salt in it. That's why I'm so thirsty this morning. Okay, so here is Artisan. I love the sweater because it's so such an interesting what the designer did. Um, so this is using Ito and Malvinus. It's your basic shape of V-neck cardigan, with the added on ribbing, ribbed bottom and ribbed sleeves. But what they did was you have your color changing, your automatic striping going on, but it's broken up with just a very simple Fair Isle pattern with Malvinus. I think it's genius. I would love to see. And here's the back. I think it's so handsome. And I was actually looking at, because you could do this in something neutral. Like I have this neutral Ito, and so if you're not into like brighter colors, that could be very different, and that could be very, very nice. So you could do a combination like that. I'm also thinking, because I just don't have time to do like a full size sweater, but I'm looking at this pattern and I'm saying what a cute hat that would make, even a cute cowl. And I do that lots of times when there's something that I'm just dying, I'm just itching to knit something, but it's just too big a project. I turn it into a hat or a cowl and I get my fix. So that's always something fun to do if you know that you can't commit to something big. But this is so pretty. All right, so this is shown in size small, which is it's just generous small, I think. And the sizes go 38 up to 68. And this is taking, let's see, I don't know, I have it all broken down, but there's too many numbers here. Three Ito. It takes between 3 and 5 Ito and 1 to 2 Malvinus to do this sweater. But this would be so much fun to do. This is not difficult. You just have your little bit of Fair Isle work to do, every so often. So this would be, and it would work up quickly too, because I'm sure they're probably using like an 8 or something on this sweater. Okay, so our next one, Flora. Okay, Flora is like a wrap. And here, let me show you. Let me show you Flourish on the model. Pretty. Okay, and Flourish. Oh, yeah, I get behind on this part. Okay, there you go. And then there's the Artisan. Isn't that pretty? So pretty on the model. Okay, so this is Flourish. Let me show it to you now before I forget again. Now, this is interesting because you could, first of all, this is lots of short rows. This is done in the Coma, which is this color right here, the new yarn. And so it's supposed to be, you can wear it like a wrap, but you know what? The size that this is right now would make a great a little lap blanket. It would be perfect. Personally, I would love to see it. There are 2 different sizes. I should tell you that. There are 2 sizes, small and large, and I didn't measure this to know I don't know if they told me what size this is. I'd have to measure it and see. So it's going to be 20 inches wide for the small and 34 inches wide for the large. I'm going to say this is the large. And it's going to be 42 long or 44 long. So it's not a big difference. So if you wanted to wear this more like a shawl, you could take a couple of these repeats, because it's done in strips. You could take some of the strips. Oh, look how pretty that is from a distance. And make it longer so that you can really wrap yourself in there. But this would be fun to do. So this is all just short rows. And this takes 2 to 4 balls of the coma. Okay, and then we have Sideways, which is a really pretty sweater. This is done in the ratau, which again is that nice puffy yarn. There you go. Very simple little knit purl pattern. Kind of looks like arrowheads. And simple drop shoulder. Simple, just very simple shaping. Kind of cropped. I love wide ribbing. And actually, yeah, the front of this is a little shorter than the back. Yeah, they made the back a little bit longer. Just a really cute sweater. Now, this one here is shown in the size medium. It goes extra small to large. Measurements go 42 to 54. And you're using between 3 to 4 balls of the ratau. But super cute. And let's see, on the model, let's show you the model. Here we go. There she is. Okay, so that was Sideways. All right, our next one is a sweater that is called Dreams, and it is done in Silk Garden Solo, which I love Silk Garden. And it's so soft. I have mentioned this many a times, but it's worth mentioning because some of you are not aware of this, but Noro really up their game with how soft their yarns are now. They really are using nicer silks. The wools are softer, so when you feel Silk Garden, it's just puffy and it blooms beautifully, and it's so pretty. Look at this pattern. Isn't that a pretty cable pattern? Actually, I don't even know. Yeah, I guess the stitches are moving. But just a really simple, it's a little raglan. And just check, this is done. Yeah, this is done in pieces. Sometimes you can't tell. They do a nice job in the finishing and you can't tell, which is a good thing. Okay, so this is shown in a size medium. And this is done in color 108, Silk Garden Solo. Yeah, and the pattern is on both sides of the sweater. And sizing on this is small to 1X, measurements 38 to 48, and they're using 8 to 10 balls of Silk Garden Solo. Very pretty sweater. Okay, the next one, this is a really pretty cardigan. This is called With Honors, and this one is knit in, oh, I keep forgetting to show you the pictures on the model. Sorry. There you go. That is the Dream sweater. Okay, and here, I'll show you the cardigan. Isn't that cute? Love the patterning on it. This is done in Madara. Look at that. I love the cables. Love the cables. So this would be so interesting to knit. There's just so much, and I love this ribbing that they did for the button band. Otherwise, it's just a drop shoulder sweater. So very minimal shaping on this, just for your V-neck. So really cute. Let's see, Honors, With Honors. This is shown in a size medium, and it's size small to 1X. Measurements are 42.5 to 48.5. And you're going to be using between 5 to 6 skeins of the Madara for that sweater. Now also, I should just remind you, if you have any questions, or if I didn't go over something, or you just have an additional question about any of these garments or yarn, just feel free to give me a call, email me, make comments below. I will be looking for your comments, and I will be happy to answer them. Okay, so our next one is, did I skip these? Juno. I think that's the, I skipped my, okay, I messed them up here. We're almost done with the garments. Okay, so this is Juno, and this is done in the Tenson. Again, another sweater, no buttons, very simple shaping. What's really cute, nice little detail is they put this little knit purl kind of oh, what do we want to call this pattern? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it. But just a little knit purl pattern like that, kind of like a little block pattern. And that's done on the bottom of the sleeves and on the back and the fronts, just along the bottom. And I always love, I'm a sucker for 2x2 rib. Love it, love it, love it. So that makes a nice border for this cardigan. Okay, so Juno is done in, this is shown in a size medium, and the sizes go small to 1X, and they're saying that when you measured closed, that it's 37 to 55, and you're going to be using 4 to 5 balls of the tension, depending on your size. But it's a very cute sweater. Very, very cute. All right, and I don't remember if I did show it to you. Probably did, but there it is on the model. Okay, my next one, again, I think Coma is going to be my favorite fall yarn for this fall. It reminds me very much of Accessory. Maybe it's because of the blend. Accessory also had mohair in it. But look at this sweater. Love it. It has baubles and lace, and it's done on the front and the back. And what's interesting is the top of the sleeve has the patterning. There you can see the baubles. Love a bauble. And then the bottom of it is just done with plain stockinette. No edging, just straight. I always like that look too. And then what I also like is the neck is just knit up, bound off, and let it roll a little bit. So I like that look. And then the bottom is just, again, just no edging on it. Just let it roll a little bit. But really cute little pattern. Love it, and I just love how it feels. Don't know if you can see the halo. Maybe a little bit. You could see a little halo there. But I really like this yarn so much. Such a nice blend. So this sweater is called Castaway, and this is shown medium large. And yeah, I wanted to address that too. So it's just a square. It's just like a rectangle here. Because of the lace pattern, you don't want to have to be do shaping. You want to keep it just square, nice and even. You don't want any headaches when you're knitting this, so you just do that. So this is, let's see, so I said medium to large, this size, and it goes small to 1X. The bust measurement is going to be 39 to 57, and you're going to be using 3 to 4 balls of the Coma. And this is color number 8. I cannot wait for this yarn to come in. I think they're expecting it, last I heard they were expecting it in December. So, yeah, it's so pretty. I like how that the lace pattern with the striping gives it that kind of ripple pattern. Okay. Okay, the next one is, did I mess these up? I had the right order and then I did something to switch them around. Yeah, that was Castaway. I think this one, this is Silk Garden. Yeah, One Fine Day. Okay, this is done, another vest, really deep armholes on this. Very interesting shape. It's wide down here, and then it has, the front is shorter than the back. And this is my favorite waffle weave stitch. So pretty. I love the deep neck. Nice and stretchy so it's not choking you. It's just a very relaxed, I swear, if you made this even longer, this would be adorable with like leggings or something. It would be just really cute. It almost look like a little dress. So One Fine Day is, this is shown in a medium size. It goes sizes small to 1X. Finished measurements 43 to 56. And I hope that you realize that when I'm saying 46-2, it means not one size. There's sizes in between, but it starts at 46 and works the sizes up to 56. I know what my brain is thinking, but I'm not sure what you're thinking. Okay, and this is going to take 8 to 10 balls of Silk Garden. What a pretty color that is, huh? Okay. So that's all the sweaters. So now we get to the small, they had a lot of accessories. Let me get these out of here. Okay. And I don't know if I showed you, but there it is on the model, that really sweet sweater. And there was the vest. Okay, so I don't know if you realize this or if you notice this, but in the Noro magazine, they will offer a couple projects that are kind of little retro. They're looking backwards, and they're bringing some, I mean, so many of their projects are so great the second and third time around. So, they just don't go out of style. So this one here is called Nanko Park. This is, again, a classic color. It's a Silk Garden sock number 8. And I love this. Now, this is done in the round. So there's no wrong right side on this. It's all tucked on the inside. So you can see this. It's just like that. It has super long fringe. And this takes, let me see. This is called, okay, Nanko Park, I said. And it's 8 inches wide, but technically 16 inches wide. 8 inches wide, 62 inches long, not including the fringe. And this takes 3 skeins of Silk Garden sock. And I did show you the Silk Garden sock. This color right now is on back order. It's such a classic color. This color, you always, as a shop owner, if you see it available, you grab it. Because you don't know when you'll see it again. But it's so gorgeous. Just really popular color. But this is a really pretty one also. But you could just pick your favorite Silk Garden sock color and make this up. Pretty lace pattern. Nice and easy. Okay, so, and there we have it on the model. Nice and long. Okay, then the next one are a pair of mittens. I cannot pronounce them. I'm going to try. I should have Googled it. Didn't think about it. But anyway, these mittens are also done in Silk Garden sock. There you go. How pretty are those? Look at the baubles. So, so pretty. And this is color number 269, which I think I have some of this around. There you go. But look how pretty those are. I was going to say they fit like a glove. They look so pretty on. And they'll be cozy because there's the silk in it and the wool. So these they have a child size up to adult large. These are the mitts, right? Nope, wait a minute, looking at the wrong thing. Wrong one, sorry, one size. And it takes 1 skein of the Silk Garden sock. Okay, very cute. Let's put these over here. And then, oh, this hat is great. Yeah, this is the one that has the kid size. Okay, so here it is on the model. Now, a while back, and I won't guess how many years ago, it wasn't too long ago, they had an issue that was celebrating color 84 in Silk Garden. This is such a great color. I actually have, I should have brought it down. I have this pretty mitered squared shawl that I did that was done in this color. So it has a cable. It's just a rib. Again, my favorite 2x2, but it has a pretty cable in the front and also in the back. And this one they have sized up for, this is an adult medium. It's so stretchy. I mean, it's very givey. This one goes child to adult small up to adult large. And this takes 1 skein of the Silk Garden sock. Such a pretty color. Okay, then our next one, here we go. This is our only crochet piece in the magazine this time. They've been doing a lot of crochet lately, but there just happens to be one. And that is, let me find it here. It's done long ways. So your stripe is going horizontally. There we go. And it's like a ridged pattern. How pretty is that? Really simple, mindless. So you make this real long shawl, and then what they do is they make 2 holes here so that when you go to put it on, you have to get it on right so it doesn't, okay. we go. So that it's kind of like a keyhole, so that the end goes through both of those cords like this, and then you see if I get it right this time, and then it just flattens out. And I'm probably all twisted up, but that you get the idea. And you could also choose not to put that on there too. But it does look nice on her. If you get it all, if you get yourself all arranged nicely, it's great. Okay, so then our next one. Okay, so now we have a bunch of hoods. So hoods are such a hot thing right now. So we've got the one that's called Cluster. And no, I'm not going to try these on because I actually did try them on earlier and said I look so bad in hoods. I love the idea of them, and if it's cold enough and nasty enough, I always put the hood on my coat on. But I mean, I love the idea of making these, and there's one that I really, really love, and I'll tell you, in a pinch, I would wear it, but I would not want anybody to see me wearing it because I look horrible in these things. Just like I look horrible in those pull-down caps, I need a hat that has a big brim on it, and then I can wear that. And I will show you a hat that I made that has a big fur brim on it. But anyway, so this is the bobble. It has a cluster. The cluster pattern. It's like just bobbles, and very, very simple. And here it is on the model. Yeah, I will not. I was going to be brave and do it, but it's not even a matter of bravery. It just looked horrible on me. Okay, and that one, well, finished measurements on that are. It's a one size, but it's very stretchy. And that's going to take 2 balls of Curion. If you wanted this to be a little bit softer, I suppose you could also switch out and do Silk Garden, and that would be lovely. Okay, the next one is called Gather. And that is the hood that I really, really like. It's really pretty. I love, again, it's that Como yarn that I love so much, but look at how stretchy it is. And I love this color, the gray with that kind of olivey green. That is gorgeous. And the charcoal. So it's just, and I love that they have a casing. They made a nice knitted casing so that you can put a drawstring through. Now they put a regular knit, drawstring. Excuse me. But you could do an I-cord if you wanted to and put that through. I think that would be really cute. But this is adorable. I love it. So again, so that was 1 ball of the Coma. And let's see, I think I'm getting myself lost here. Oh, no, I'm not. Okay, then the next one is Bramble. And this is really cute. I love the idea of it. It's a hooded scarf. And all you do is you make a giant strip. I've got a couple people in my Thursday night class making this. This is done in the Tenson, the new yarn. So it has lots of texture, but I love how they did the bramble pattern for around the face and all the way down the front. And then you've got this nice rib. And then all you do is you fold your finished piece in half and you stitch up for your back seam. And that makes the hood. So it's like this. And it looks really cute when you wrap. When I put it on, I was like, ugh. But then when you put the wrap around, it's like, okay, that kind of finishes off, looks nice. But I'm still not going to put it on. You could also make this shorter so that if you wanted to just wrap it, fold it over and inside your coat, and you didn't need all that, you could certainly do this. Do that as well. But it looks nice, like on the outside of your coat. Okay, then the next one. Yeah, this one looked really bad on me. Here we go. This is done in Silk Garden. And it's funny because this is the color that I'm including in my pumpkin kits. It's such a nice fall color. But this one has this has a nice shaping for the back of the head, so you don't have that square point. So it's a little more fitted. And then it has garter stitch around the face and then garter stitch ties. So it's a very cute little little hood. And that, what do they call that one? That one's called Gable. And that takes 2 balls of Silk Garden, $3.41. Okay, showed you Autumn River. I showed you the Easy Essential. And you know what? We are done. I managed to get through all of these. And thank you for, I hope that you stuck with me. It was a lot. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is my second attempt at doing this trunk show. I did this trunk show last night. This is Sunday morning. I went to my version of editing, which is minimal, and I hated it. And it was way, way too long. So actually, I'm looking at the time right now. I cut a half hour off of it. So I'm not going to drag this out any longer. So thank you for watching. I hope this gave you some inspiration. I hope it was informative for you, either for the garments or for the yarn. And again, if you have any questions, please get in touch with me. But anyway, you have a good rest of the weekend, and I hope you get a chance to look through the magazine. Don't forget the code lasts through the end of the month, and I will be talking to you again really, really soon. But thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing your comments. So take care. Bye-bye.